Hello, this is Tim welcoming you back to class remotely. I hope everyone is staying safe, healthy, and somewhat sane in these crazy times. But we plan on starting up the semester again next week, and I'm hoping to keep both my sections of statistics going for the rest of the semester. If you are still willing, you can work remotely, do stuff at home. I'll make a little short video here just to explain kind of my process of what I'd like to do for the rest of the semester. We'll see how that goes once we get into it. But before we resume next Monday or Tuesday, depending on the section, I wanted to go over the schedule with you guys very briefly, the upcoming schedule. So I'm making this video for both of my sections. This one specifically, just right now, I'm going to look at the first week for section 5116. This is the Tuesday-Thursday class. So I'm going to click on the class schedule. I updated this earlier this week. And this is Tuesday-Thursday class. So on Tuesday, let's go here. We're going to go over 4.1, 4.2 worksheet. And my hope is to do this through Zoom. I'm going to play around with Zoom a little bit more this weekend. Not exactly sure how to work, but I might be sending out a message with an invite link to come to the Zoom meeting. And during that meeting, if you can make it, I plan on doing it during our regular class time. I'm hoping James will be able to attend and maybe kind of help answer questions. I'm going to go over this worksheet in class during the Zoom session, I should say, with you guys. And my hope is you'll be able to post questions, and periodically I'll look up and try to answer questions, and maybe James can answer questions at the same time if he's able to do that. And if you're not able to attend or join that Zoom session during class time, afterwards I plan on posting it onto Canvas, either a link or I'll post a video on Canvas so you can watch that later as I go through these worksheets and lectures live. And likely what I'll do, just to let you know, during the Zoom session, I'm going to mute everyone, just so there's not 10 or 15 or 20 people talking, or 10 or 15 dogs in the background barking as I go through stuff. But if I see a question pop up that I think it makes sense to answer, I could unmute people, or I could just say this person has a question, we'll go over it in class. Essentially, I'm going to try to mimic, a regular class or regular lecture as much as I possibly can. But like I said, this will be kind of an evolving practice. And then this is for the Tuesday-Thursday section, then you'll continue watching the video lessons on Thursday, by midnight on Thursday. And then the Chapter 3 quiz that I passed out before spring break, that's going to be due Friday. So I'll click on this really quick. This is true for both sections, actually. I'm going to have this due on Friday. You've got a Word or PDF copy. And if you're in the student mode, you should see an upload file right here. So if you want to handwrite your solutions, scan, or take pictures of your work and upload them here. If you want to type up your solutions, you could just put a copy of your typed solutions, however you want to. I'm going to be very lenient about this for most assignments, but especially the first one. If you're having trouble taking pictures or getting images of your quiz, please let me know. Message me, email me, and I'm going to try to help out as much as possible. But I'm going to keep the quiz as is. So same quiz I passed out, we've got copies right here. So that is due April 3rd by midnight. This is true for both sections, Tuesday, Thursday, and Monday, Wednesday section. All right. Most of this is the same for section 8891. You guys are my Monday, Wednesday section. Let's go down here. Okay, spring break, and then last week. So for Monday, Wednesday, you're going to have the same setup. Monday, your video lessons are due for 142. And then Wednesday from 1:30 to 3:30, I'm going to set up a Zoom conference, figure out a way to invite everyone and go over these worksheets. And I'll pass back I'll post the video, the Zoom conference call, video call, afterwards. So if you can't make the session, you can watch the video if you want to. Again, this is going to be purely optional. I just like class, but I hope to go over these worksheets in real time with you guys and answer questions as they come up as well as I can. And then your Chapter 3 quiz is also due Friday. And if you notice right here, I'm still going to have, after the Chapter 3 quiz, 3 more quizzes as I originally had planned. I might make these more online, like the Chapter P quiz, where you'll answer questions through Canvas. You'll have a limited time frame. I'll click open the Chapter 4 quiz. I'm going to make the last 3 quizzes, 4, 5, and 6, open book, open notes. I'm going to have you digitally sign something so you won't get help from anyone else on the quizzes or the exams. But open book, open notes. You can start the quiz anytime. Once I write this, I'm going to set it Wednesday to Friday. But you need to complete it by before midnight Friday. And I'm going to give you about 45 minutes. I might change this, but I'm hoping to make this about a 20 to 30 minute quiz, but I'm going to give extra time because there will be questions I want you to post your answers on. Take pictures and email it to yourself or whatnot. So I'm going to do the last 3 quizzes this way. I'll do them just purely through Canvas, but there'll be some grading. I do want to see some work and some of your reasoning and writing sentences and all that good stuff. All right. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about is what I'm going to do instead of the project. So there's going to be no more project. I've canceled that completely. And I tacked on, I added online homework. So I'm going to go into student view so you see like what I do. And I'm going to look at the 5116, but actually the due dates are the same for both sections. So if you're in the 8891 section, everything here I'm going to talk about for the rest of the video is the same. I'm just going to keep it on this section. And you can either click on assignments. Actually, I'll go there first. I'm going to click on assignments. All right, here. So everything in here is the same except this Wiley Plus online homework. Final exam is 25% of your grade. Each of the exams is 20% total. The video lessons, we're going to keep doing that, is 10% of your grade. The quizzes are 15% of your grade. I deleted the project. We're not going to do the project with being sheltered in place. Instead, that 10%, the project was 10% of your overall course grade. I replaced that with Wiley Plus online homework. So I set this up. This is through the publishing company. The problems are the same as the textbook for the most part, just they're online, so they're a little bit different. And I try to pick problems, sometimes they're identical, but very similar to the practice problems that I've already given you. The first time you click on this, you'll probably be asked to sign on or create an account with Wiley. I was told, and let me know otherwise, that this setup is free. Normally I think this is $70 for the online homework, but they're not charging. So I believe you will, actually, give me 1 second. All right, here. I could message this out, but I think that just might be information overload. Okay, so the student registration, go to, this is Canvas. Click on any Wiley Plus content link. So that's step 2. I'm saying click on chapter 4.1 homework or 4.2 homework. You're going to ask to create a Wiley Plus account. If you don't have one, if you already have one, that's fine. Just use your account. If you use Wiley for a different class or this class at a different time. You should get an activation code sent to your inbox, your email address that you're using up here. And enter this. This is the, you do need a registration code, but you should get one automatically through our Canvas site. So if you have to, if it ends up saying you have to pay, please stop. You should not be paying for this semester. Wiley is not charging for this service. And then that should give you access. So again, I suggest by next week, if you can, get set up and you can start doing the homework or at least playing around here. But let me know early next week if you're having issues getting access to these homework assignments. And I'm going to just click on one question. There's some multiple choice, some you're going to fill in. And I set up the same policy for all of these. Over here. I'm going to give you 6 attempts per question. And some of the questions I have 2 or 3 options, so there's really no reason why you can't get perfect credit on a lot of these, but 6 attempts seems reasonable. If you don't get it in 2 or 3 or 4, message me or get some help. James is going to continue his help sessions, I believe. This updates your Canvas gradebook as you go. You just have to do 1 question at a time. I'm just going to pick an A here on the first one. And I got the first one right and the second one wrong. So right now I got half a point. So on your Canvas gradebook, it'll say you got half a point out of 20, but you're allowed to keep working on the assignment really all semester to improve that to get a perfect score. And there are due dates here. So this due date is Friday, April 3rd. Click on question 2. My late policy on homework is if you submit after the due date, you get a 15% penalty. So you can't get an A on those problems, but you can still get most of the credit if you submit after the due date. So I think of these as soft due dates. Encourage you to keep up with those due dates as much as possible, but if you get behind, you could still get most of the credit. And I believe this penalty is per problem. So if you do all but 2 problems, you only get a 15% penalty on the problems you submit late. I believe that's how this works. So you can still get an A if you've done most of the problems and you just submit the last 2 or 3 after the due date. So I'm going to be pretty strict on these due dates because you can keep working on these assignments the entire semester with that small-ish penalty. And I also linked on the main course page, linked all these assignments in the module. So they're starting in chapter 4. I don't have these assignments for chapters 3 and previous since we've already covered that material and had quizzes and whatnot and worksheets. So I'm only doing these homework assignments for chapters 4, 5, 6, and 7. And the due dates for these are always going to be on Wednesday and Friday. I just pick Wednesday and Friday, and they'll always be after we've talked about this material in class. So you have a little bit of time after we've had our in-class Zoom session to work on these assignments. And then notice right here, April 10th, we have the chapter 4 quiz. I also made those homework assignments due. So I'd encourage you to start working early because you got 6 attempts each problem, not each assignment. Each problem you get 6 attempts. And you don't want to wait till the day they're due, especially when there's a quiz also, because the hope is you'll have these mostly done by, say, April 10th, and then use these to study for the quiz when I get that set up. Okay, so look for a message from me, most likely in the next couple days, with the setup for Zoom, how we're going to have class on next Tuesday or next Wednesday. And if you have any questions or concerns about Wiley Plus or anything else we're doing, the Wiley Plus homework or anything else, how we're going to keep the semester going, please let me know. And if you do not think you can continue with the course, given your situation, again, I encourage you to let me know if you're comfortable with that. I could try to figure out ways. There's a laptop learner program. There's resources to help. But if not, I know the administration is going to allow the drops without withdrawals.
Yeah.
So if you really don't think you can keep up with the class this semester, the school's not going to hold it against you in terms of having a W on your transcript. But I encourage you to talk to me and or your counselor before you do anything like dropping classes. Okay, I hope to see you virtually next week.